I have another question. In regards to rendezvous, for me, it's like the play of both parts, me and another person, things or events. I imagine like we all color-coded in thousands of different vibrational colors. The source is matching up all the different events or people who are on the same colors at this moment to create a rendezvous.
It's a good way of looking at it.
And we probably shouldn't blame anyone or anything in our life, because if we look at the lover sitting next to us, if we have a fight, I can't blame them because it's my inability to control my vibration, so I've created you, and otherwise, you wouldn't sitting next to me.
Everything is always fair.
So I would like Abraham to expand on the rendezvous. How do we...
Well, rendezvous is one word, and one word only. Rendezvous means vibrational match. And vibrational match means rendezvous in every way that you mean rendezvous. So you're right. There is no accuracy in blaming anyone for anything that's happening to you, because no matter what they are offering vibrationally, if you weren't offering it too, you wouldn't match up with it. Someone who doesn't have control of their vibration wants to blame others, because if you're not consistently in alignment, meditation really helps. If you're not consistently in alignment, then you could be all over the place in terms of your vibration, and therefore rendezvousing with others who are all over the place in their vibration. And then the tendency is to say, well, I didn't mean to do this, and so therefore it must be your fault. Well, it doesn't matter whether you did it intentionally or by default. You still offered a vibration that caused a match or a rendezvous. Let's use match and rendezvous as the same word. Vibrational match and rendezvous, same thing. So when you take ownership of what you're offering vibrationally, then you can begin to offer intentionally. Then you can begin to selectively sift better. Then you can begin to intentionally offer your output. One of the most important things to understand is that everything that comes back to you is because of what you're broadcasting. Nothing comes to you unless you're broadcasting it. And there's a tendency to only take note when it comes to you, and then you want to look at who brought it to you. Well, you brought it to you because you broadcasted it. Isn't that interesting? So you're observing something unwanted in a relationship or in your life or whatever, so you're broadcasting it and therefore bringing more of it to you. But when it gets there, you say, no, I wasn't asking for this, I was asking for something else. And we say, then why are you broadcasting that? Because what you're broadcasting is what you're getting back. So it is a simpler way of beginning to take control of your rendezvous or your matching by just being more cognizant of what you are broadcasting. And by broadcasting, we mean both thought, yes, and more momentous thought, words, and even more momentous than thoughts and words, action. All of that is just momentum. What you're broadcasting by your thought, word, and deed is what comes back to you. No exceptions, ever. Don't you like that? You seem stunned.
For me, I have a picture in my mind. It's like the journey. It's like I have everything in the vortex, and if I'm in a good mood, I'll rendezvous in a way the source will see me unfolding. But if I'm in a bad mood, obviously I'm unfolding a different way. So if I were given the same environment, but I will have a two different story on the same day. And I would like to create more of the vortex rendezvous.
Well, there's by the rendezvous, you see, if you could just make this one temporary adjustment, if you could say, I am satisfied to rendezvous with the feeling of my vortex for a while, rather than the manifestation of it. If you could just decide that it is enough for now to just rendezvous with the feeling of it, then we want to find a way to say this to you. So we're just going to get real blunt. So brace yourselves. We said it to you already. We're going to say it more clearly now. You're never going to get everything that you want out of your vortex, because you're going to keep putting more stuff in. So you're going to put it in, and then you're going to allow it, and you're going to put it in, and then you're going to allow it, and then you're going to put it in, and you're going to allow it. Then you're going to put it in, and then you're going to allow it. Or you're going to put it in and not allow it, and put more in and not allow it, and put more in and not allow it, and put more in and not allow it, put more in and not allow it, and then croak and allow it. But you're just going to put it in and then allow it and then put more in, but there's always going to be more. There's always going to be more. And so we want to ask you, if you have accomplished an understanding of now, and if you are consistently in alignment with who you are, so if your now moments in terms of manifestation are rich with rendezvous and dancing and words and loving and delicious rendezvous and high-minded conversations and experiences and co-creating, if your now is rich with all of that, do you really care that there's more still coming, or do you want it all today? You don't want it all today. It's like you don't stand out on your porch and say, today I will breathe all of the air that I will ever breathe today. Want it all. I want it all now. You're happy to let it just keep coming and just keep sustaining you and supporting you and thrilling you and enlivening you. And so the creations in your vortex are the same way. Here's a question for you. So you understand the concept of planting seeds and raising crops and harvesting crops and eating food? Of course you do. So are you telling us that you would like to eat all those seeds today?
Sometimes we do.
Yeah. Just give me the seeds. I don't have time for the crops. I don't have time for them to grow. I don't have time for them to be harvested. I don't have time for them to be whatever happens next. I don't have time for any of that. I just want to eat the seeds. And they better be flavorful. So rest with that thought for a moment. And now think about this. You're putting the seeds there. Your inner being is aware. Your inner being sees the full potential of them. Things are gestating and getting ready for you. So how about you getting in the receiving mode and then you having the fun of the harvest? Now, nobody really wants to work in the fields, we know. But there's so much pleasure for you to experience as you begin to get your hands on the things that you've created. There's so much more to the creative process before you get physically involved with it. Stay with us, we're almost there. Can you see from the intense, deep, accurate, important conversation that we've been having just now, can you see how, if you could just do the simple thing of live life and throw things into the vortex and not worry too much about it, and then just find some way somehow to be happy, only for the reason that it feels good to be happy. That's all. You just want to feel good because feeling good feels good. And then, because you've mastered feeling good, then you get to play in this creative realm in the way that you've intended, with rendezvous and co-creators and brilliance flowing into your mind and into theirs. It's taken us a while to bring you to the place of understanding that you are more than this physical body. And it's taken us a little while to help you to understand that there's a non-physical part of you who's actively involved in all of this. And now you're asking for a blurring or a blending of the two of you and you, of you and you and us, of all that we are. And we're asking you to just get happy so that you can experience the pleasure of what you came to live. So how does your intentionality get in on this anyway? What is the importance of what you want in this mix of eternal and certain motion forward? What is your important role in it? You are the decider. You are the one that gets to take life as it now is, right here in this important and emphatic now. You get to live life today, and you get to feel how it feels to you. And if it feels perfect, then you don't throw anything else into the vortex. Never had a day like that, have you? And if it feels like it could be more, then you throw more into the vortex and off it goes again. And so we just want to say to you, deliberate creative beings that you are, genius, intelligent, deliberate creators that you are, we want you to know that you don't need to spend so much time as you are spending trying to get the things to manifest into your experience or trying to orchestrate the rendezvous. Life is taking care of that for you. If you would let your dominant quest be to chill out and enjoy life and to look for value wherever you can find it, you would discover that this trend of alignment would overcome you in such a way that you would emphatically move through life being joyful in every moment that you are consciously awake, creating things that those who don't understand what you understand would be standing back in amazement at. How is it that you do this so easily? And you say, I let the power of the universe do the work. I let the engines of the universe do the work. I guide and direct because I'm the orchestrator, I'm the creator, but I'm not in the trenches. I'm not the engine that's making it go. Law of attraction is the engine. Source energy is the ultimate guider of all well-being. And I am the decider of the individual places that this new world will go. You are not just creating your own reality. You are creating your own reality in conjunction with everyone else who is creating their own reality. And this mass consciousness is collectively creating this physical world in which you are living. It's big and it matters and it's important, but it's for the joy of it that you are about. It's not for any other reason. You can't get it wrong. Everyone on the planet could misunderstand this for a little while, and you would still be, and everyone on the planet does for the most part misunderstand this to a large extent, and you would still be sifting and sorting and putting things into the vortex, and things would still continue to come. Have we done anything close to a convincing job of helping you to understand that your work is not to demand from the universe what you want, or to beg from the universe what you want, or to even intelligently request from the universe what you want in any sort of a big and formal way? The universe isn't saying to you what your parents seem to say from you when you graduate from high school and you're about to go into college. Now, what will you be for the rest of your life? There is nothing like that is going on. There is no defining moment where you have to decide forevermore what it is you're wanting to live. You've been deciding it incrementally. Are we too far out on the leading edge for you? Can you feel that your vortex really is you? Are you starting to feel what you've done in the creation of it? And are you starting to love it even though you can't see all of it? Even though you can't see all of the potential that it will be, don't you feel love for it anyway? Love and appreciation and anticipation for it? And doesn't it exist as something that is real and meaningful? And aren't you happy to stand in the existence of it and allow yourself to feel the unfolding of it? And can't you see that the poignantness of life is just being in that readiness where your vortex can unfold for you? Yes? Oh, it is so delicious to play with you. Enough?
Thank you.
Really good. Second row. So what's the difference between blending those lines and blurring them? Isn't the blending a sort of blurring? Isn't when you stop noticing such a distinction in your physicality and you start blending with what's non-physically coming, isn't blending and blurring sort of the same thing? Yeah.
Don't forget to leave a positive message and subscribe.